Ghost, remember, doesn't actually have the flash. As the flash forward and Owner is able to pick up first blood. Keen. Yeah. Okay. That is a lot of damage onto Duro, who is just caught with his pants down a little bit in his own jungle. And Doran could now be in trouble. He's looking for some snips onto this Rumble as the Flame Spitter comes down. But now Owner turns up, and that's going to be a very comfy kill from him to answer. The flash is the Foxfire enough, and it might just be. No, Faker gets crammed into the wall. And this comes down though from Duro, and the two-man on the Impale is so good. Already Owner has gone down, but Faker for T1. Doran is going nuts. Slammed into the wall, and the Flame Spitter finishes him off, but now the man advantage should be there for T1. The Flame Spitter though, Keen, can you get it done? Faker and Gumayusi have the damage, and they'll be able to take him down. It's trouble, curtains have been called. 1-2, and he's gone. Pick the juke there. B1, Ruler with the flash over the wall, the bullet time. Doran is going to try to interrupt it and just cuts him down where he stands. Keen trying to get in there, and the Harpoons are doing some work as Canyon, so durable, gets another crash into the wall, but Duro is not offering any damage back. It is only Keen that's able to do any work, and he is just pushed. Chovy's dead again. He's going to break his arm guard, as Emperor's Divide does at least try to get them in position, as his Sundisk does a bit of work, but Doran's going to be able to lock down the kill. Keen at the same time could be dangerous as he gets under the turret, and he's still dead. There was, as Owner just finds Canyon, but gets impaled, pulled back in as the Equalizer says, nope, you shall not pass. The Emperor's Divide onto Doran, but he kind of likes that the gap got closed. Duro trying to get himself out of there. The bullet time will take down the Gwen, and Chovy goes golden just to buy some time. He does fall, but Carrier now flashing the wrong direction and will go down for a triple kill for Ruler. The sidestep be in trouble. Another charm gonna need to connect, and there it is. Faker locks him down to even this one up. The Cow's so scary, gets the flash pulverize onto Chovy, who will be eradicated before the fight even starts. It's an Impale, but it's only onto one. The curtains were called. Canyon's gonna get headbutted back and snipped down. Nist up, now gets out of there immediately as Chovy finds the Emperor's Divide onto three. It was him that got picked off, but this time he's able to make the big play. Doran cut down where he stands, and Chovy is dead again, but this pretty well as, okay, never mind. Crash into the wall onto Owner, and I don't think that Crescent Guard is going to be saving him. Chovy in a little bit of trouble here as Faker looks for the charm angle. He'll be able to get two off the back end, and Ruler is going to be his next target. He's dashing forever with all of these resets, and Gumayusi's flashing forward. T1 are going to take this game off the back of the GOAT. Happy 12th, my friend. I was a little early on it.
Follow up, and he and T1 are going to take this first game.
And I need to now remind everyone as Keen goes down underneath these Nexus turrets that this is game one of a regular season best of three. So it feels like the stakes are way higher than they are because it's Gen.G versus T1. They often are quite that high, as there goes the Nexus, and T1 they're going to take first blood in the series. Ruler Arcane shifting forward is dangerous. Duro actually going to pay for it though, as Gumayusi is the one that goes low, and first blood goes to the Nautilus. Carrier doesn't have flash. He's likely to go down as well, wanting to take Ruler with him, but he holds the barrier, and despite the Q, he stays alive. Shows his position. Remember, the Arcane shift has already happened, but he still has flash. The flash forward from Doran is going to be answered, and Ruler just puts him down. This Rise is not going anywhere. Tries to realm warp, but that is not happening. And Gen.G going to use this as an opportunity to head towards this Otacon down. But there's the paranoia to try and save, but also kill as they get on top of Ruler. Ruler is dead to start this off. Doran's flashing away to try and get to safety. Faker is still dead, which is so lucky for Gen.G because otherwise they could have lost the Otacon, and somehow that anchor lands. Doran just trying to survive. He can dash for, you know, about 1 billion miles, but is that enough is the question, as Canyon should have enough damage to take him down, and there it is. Oh, Realm Warp, an opportunity here is once again, it's Ruler in trouble, and he'll just get obliterated. This time, Gen.G in an awkward spot at the same time. Heroic entrance, and Duro is still dead. A double knockup, but Chovy's just given himself up. Owner down low, but they take down the Gargoyle, and T1 say you can take the Dragon. I think it's time for Baron. Let's see whether they can actually hold on to this. It's so dangerous. Meganar is almost there for Keen. He does get it, but it does not do enough. Canyon gets into the pit, goes on target, picks up one, but that is it, and T1 will take the Baron. We don't really have the withdrawals coming in just yet, as I don't know about that one, but still, they dive in. It's a great hook to try and answer, and the Justice Punch is there, the three-man taunt from Chovy, but remember, he's just picking up little bits of 200 gold from T1, who are now breaking open the Gen.G base. Look at that Rebel Baron power play just explode. 5,300 is the number, as Keen, nothing he can do. Doran dashing around, he can go home if he'd like to. Faker in here as well as Canyon, wanting to try and take him down, but the damage has been done, ladies and gentlemen. Happy 12 Faker, 3-1 and 5. He was the only gold lead, and now the public execution. Can he get the damage down? The taunt is fantastic, but Gumayusi gets on top of him. They take down the knockdown first, so it's Gen.G finding the team fight. Keen gets in, wallops Gumayusi, who cannot get the DPS, and now he's the only man standing. Gen.G! They used the paranoia as well, but now Carrier looking for an angle. Chovy finds the taunt, but only onto one as Doran gets into that backline on top of Ruler, but now he's got friends. Now he has backup, and even though Canyon falls down, the carries are left alive, and Ruler gets the last laugh in this one.
Canyon getting on top of the backline there, on top of Faker and Guma, they couldn't actually off.
And True Shot Barrage is going to do so much work. Keen diving on in, I don't know about that one. Heroic Entrance though gets Chovy right on top, and they've tried to split up this fight, and Ruler is untouched in the backline. Faker goes golden, but is he going to survive for long enough? He flashes to get a kill onto a Nautilus, but that is not going to change the fates of T1 here. Is so incredibly low, and it's in fact Chovy that falls down. These Mystic shots are so dangerous. Gumayusi and Doran both falling to the hands of Ruler. And they dive in. Ona gets there towards the dragon, but Chovy is right there waiting for him. It's Duro that takes down Gumayusi to start this off, and Keen wasn't even here. Ruler takes out the Poppy, and the Elder goes down. Faker gonna get eaten by a dragon, and Gen.G, of course they are. They're gonna bring us to a game 3 in this app.
They had great control from the beginning, a massive lead from Ruler, but they had to fight their way back after T1 wrestled control away from them. Such resilience in a best of 3 like this. And they started off this season to be the...
Everything's fine. Oh! Hook is gonna connect! And the Blade Caller comes on through. Gumayusi staying alive. The flash comes out, but he's in the alcove, and then he's dead. Carrier trying to play Gatekeeper, and Ona's moved on over as well. Duro gonna be able to get the knock up there, and it's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade, but I think Gen.G are okay with how this one has eventuated. Gives him the good old thumbs up, and finally does take down the Xayah. Guma wanting to get a few of these autos, but Ruler gets into the fog of war. Duro is in so much trouble. Knockup does come in as Canyon. There's a lot of bad guys here. Ruler trying to offer the damage back. Owner is in trouble, but he's calculated it, and he will survive. A disaster caught up by that, and the hook comes in once again. 2 turret shots onto Carrier. Chaos Storm means that Drew actually picks it up with the last tick of Ignite as well, and he's going to use it. Brings Doran underneath the turret, and there's the Glacial Prison. It was all a bait, ladies and gentlemen. Seismic shove to buy some space, but Faker's getting sleepy. It's getting late in the day, and Chovy burns him. Looks for the Tempered Fate. Does lock down Keen. Oh, Doran actually the first one to fall in the fight. Keen eventually falls down as they trade top laners, but Owner is going to be safe. And they have 4 people looking to try and take this one down. Canyon spinning. Duro's getting on in here as the Tempered Fate will lock down 2, but the tower is not one of them. Now Canyon trying to spin around here, looking for the Lilting Lullaby as Doran will melt. And now Faker and Ruler facing off. Keen lands the Q. There's the hook, the 1-2-3 punch onto Faker. And it's Ruler that takes him down. The Chaos Storm now doing work as Chovy. He got out of there with a flash, but now he's getting back in. And Doran just trying to... Featherstorm is going to break that one. He looks for Faker, but he doesn't get it. The Seismic Shove going to connect, but Faker is still going to be dead. There goes the Talia to start this one off. Duro finds the hook onto Owner. That's going to force the flash, and now Chovy comes in with the follow-up damage, and one after the other, the T1 players are falling. Ruler gets in there with those feathers for a little while, down to 3,000. Owner gets into the pit though, and Gen.G need to go down to 3, and it's Carrier that takes the Baron. What the actual hell? But Gen.G is still looking to win the fight. Keen finds the knockback, and Ruler is starting to layer these kills, but it's Gumayusi trying to kite, and he gets death rayed by Chovy. Going to get sidestepped by Owner beautifully.
There it is.
Connects. It's only onto Canyon this time around. Seismic shove, and Duro is already dead. Canyon goes down as well. T1, this might be the opportunity. This might be the angle, but Keen is a raid boss. Another double shove onto Chovy and Ruler. They are able to walk their way out. Still, it's Keen that's on the floor. And now T1, if you kill these two, they are just dead. Chovy, the one that could tank and teleport to get Faker in there. And Ruler, he's got a Feather Storm, but he does not have his life. Owner goes down, Chovy against the wall, and he gets two.
That's massive that Chovy's able to get those two. There's so many standing structures up for Gen.G.
I mean, Faker and
the death moves! Chovy gets him!
Chovy, you psychopath!
He's got TP, but he's not gonna...
Chovy is going to do it in the most heart-wrenching third game of any regular season of all time, and Gen.G will do it.
Chovy with the plays there at the end. If he doesn't...